Welcome back to my channel, everyone, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I am Naia, better known as Nails by Naia, and today I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can achieve the popular butterfly look that's all over Instagram right now. So this first method is water decals. I'm just cutting them up and adding them to that little bucket of water for maybe a few seconds, maybe like 10 to 20 seconds. I pick it out with my tweezers and then get it ready to put onto my actual nail. And these are really easy. You can pretty much just slide it off like I'm doing right here. Either slide it off with your fingers very gently or slide it off with your tweezers right onto your nail or your client's nail. And then you can go ahead and smooth it out with your tweezers like this, or you can smooth it out with your fingers and just get the water out from in between. And that is how you apply water decals. And you can do this with more than just butterflies. Water decals have so many different designs for you to choose from. So the second method is transfer foils. You'll need foil gel or glue, your actual strips of transfer foil that you want to use on the nail, and I like to use this silicone tool to really press the image down onto the nail and get it full and opaque. So just take your transfer foil gel. Mine is from a local nail supply in my area. You're going to want to paint this all over the nail and put it in your LED light to cure for the recommended amount of time. Now you'll go ahead and line up and press the image down where you want it on the nail. I take my silicone tool and I really rub it really good, making sure that I get every little spot pushed down onto that nail. And once you've rubbed it in really good, and I mean, like, if you're using your finger, you can rub it in really well too. I just like this tool because it's less messy for me. But once you rub it in, you should be able to peel that transfer foil back and it be clear and free, and the image transferred to your nail just like that. So I'm gonna do it again a couple times using this other strip. This one, the butterflies and flowers were a lot closer, so I did cut it out, and that's an option that you have too if you want to cut them ahead of time before your client comes, and that way you just have little pieces ready to stick on. But it's totally up to you. I'm going to cut these out and try to transfer them that way. The reason why I say cut them ahead of time is because some foil transfer gels like mine, they do dry. So if you don't put the image on, within a minute or so, it's too dry to actually pick it up. And you'll see that when I put the last butterfly on here, it didn't catch the whole thing. The last butterfly that we're going to do is going to be hand drawn. It will spread across 2 nails with a set of wings on each side. So what you want to do is make sure that you have the base color ready first, and we're going to do the foundation of the 2 wings on each nail. Just kind of taking our time and matching back and forth, side to side, to get them just about even. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want a more prominent size wing, the loop of the wing at the top, and a smaller size at the bottom. And as best you can, you want to get these even so that they're parallel on either side of the nails. So here's just a quick look at what I was talking about. Get those 2 nails, and if it's your client's hand, it'll be easier to do this, but get them close together and just match up each of your sides. When you're creating the loops for the wings, this is going to be probably the hardest part, because you have to eyeball it and get it about even where you do the top loop and where it comes back inwards, like where it tapers in to meet the other side of the wing. And then you'll just repeat that on the 2 bottom levels of the wings. Okay, now what you want to do is fill it in. Fill it in as best you can. Make this layer thin but not patchy. So you want to make sure that the actual color covers any polish or any other color that you might have underneath it. If you are using one that's a little sheer, you can always use white underneath. But the main thing is fill it in, color it in, and make sure that the color isn't patchy. For me, that actually took 2 coats, and the pink color that I'm using here is actually a gel polish by Madame Glam. I really like this polish, but it did require me 2 coats to get that full pink look. Now, if you want any other color on your butterfly, this is the step to add it in. I decided that I wanted purple, and I wanted it by the body of the butterfly, kind of shearing out once it reached towards the wings. So you're going to take your second color, or second and third color, whatever you want. It's, your choice, freestyle it if you like. you're going to go ahead and drag that from the middle part of the body to the outer portion of the wing, and you're going to want to use a touch that's light so that it fans out and thins out the further away from the body that you get. If you like, you can also use an ombre brush, kind of like what I'm using here, to thin out that color even more and just give it a better blend. If not, you can always use a little bit of either alcohol or acetone and wipe that through just to kind of get the appearance and the sheerness that you want, like it's fading into the rest of the color or into the rest of the wing. Now we're moving on to the most difficult part of any drawing, and that's the outline. So I'm using black just to outline mine. You can use pretty much any color that you want. Like I said, freestyle it. It is your butterfly, and honestly, it doesn't have to be perfect. Your client will love it. They will love that you actually took the time to draw this and that it looks like it could be flying off their fingers. Again, hardest part is trying to get this outline to be somewhat thin. There are areas that you will go back and thicken it just around the curves, and those areas you'll actually add little dots so that it looks like droplets and the actual pattern on butterfly wings. But what you want to get down right now is a clean, smooth outline on the butterfly wings. Make sure that they're about the same thickness, but not overly thick, because that's what makes your drawings look like more cartoonish instead of more realistic. So get this nice and thin all the way around each wing. Alright, the base of the outline is down, and now you are just going to add a little thickness in the curve. And FYI, if you don't like, or if you're starting not to like the shape of your wings, doing this can change the shape of your wings. So if you want them to have a little more curve, a little less curve, be whatever, pointed at the end, this is when you do it. So you want to get just a little bit in that curve, and I basically try to make it look like a crescent, like a half moon shape, and fill that in so that it has just a little bit of thickness in comparison to the rest of the outline. Like I said, if you want to change the shape, this is where you can change the shape and maybe like make the ends of the wings pointy or have a little dot. You'll see me go back and add a dot later, but that is how you get that shape. And you're going to want to do the same to each side on the bottom, and then the same to each side on the top. At the top, I do advise making it a little bit more pronounced. I probably could have made this one a little bit more pronounced, but you definitely want to make sure that there's a difference in the thickness at the top, especially at the top. That's the first part that people are going to see. Whatever you do on one side, mimic it as best you can on the other side, and then, if I didn't mention before, cure in between so that you're not messing up the next line as you go over it. Finally, to one of the last parts, and I'm gonna speed this up just because I pretty much freestyle it, and you can make it look however you want. I will tell you that anyone who's draws butterflies knows that it is extremely hard to get the little tiny veiny parts, and you just want to have the lightest touches possible and kind of make little squigglies. It's really hard for me to get that like crooked squiggly going, so I don't even bother. I just do a bunch of little lines connecting to make it look like the veins of the butterfly wings. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but your clients will love that you took the time and that it has a realistic look. So try your best here to get maybe a pattern going on what you want, or if not, just draw a bunch of lines. Make sure they connect from the inner part of the body to the outer part of the wing, and they look similar on each side, and you're good to go. I'm gonna add a few finishing touches with the little dots, and you can add whatever you want here. I like adding white dots because it gives it like that realistic monarch butterfly look. And I'm also gonna add a little antenna on each side. You can add an antenna, you can add a body, you can really add whatever you want here. Again, freestyle it. It is your butterfly and you can put whatever you like on it. But these are just my finishing touches to make it have a cute vibe to it. And that will actually wrap up the 3 ways that you can get butterfly nails really popular for this summer. If you like these kind of tutorials, just leave me a comment, let me know what all you'd like to see. I love trying new things. As always, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.